All right, ladies, welcome to Mindful Attraction 2.0. And this is the second video of the day. Might be the last video of the day, who knows, right? And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 3 times that you're wasting your time with this dude. These are signs that, you know what, it's time to dump him. And I'll say this this is one of the biggest problems, especially with clients that I coach, is that a lot of women struggle when they should dump the guy. They don't understand when they should and let go of the guy because a lot of times our emotions tend to rationalize things. You see, when we like a guy, when you like a guy, not me, right? When you like a guy, if you like him, those positive emotions will justify a lot of the things that they do. By simply liking someone, they get away with a lot of things because your brain has this tendency to rationalize things. If I like you and you're an asshole, it's because I like you. If you pick up the trash somewhere, my mind is gonna say, "Wow, look at him. Yeah, he's an asshole, but he picked up the trash. Look at him. He's such a nice person." And then suddenly, I'll attribute who you are with that little instinct. It's because your brain is looking for confirmation bias and it's trying to preserve its sense of self. It's trying to preserve a positive self-image. If your brain says this guy's an asshole, why do I like him? It's not gonna make sense. So it needs to lie to itself. All right. But I'm here to expose that, and I'm here to help you see those lies because the devil is a liar, right? So with that being said, let's get started, all right? These are top 3 signs that you're wasting your time. Look, and this is kind of sad because I don't, it's a little complicated when you have a relationship, if you're married and you have kids, but it's a lot of times your mental well-being is most important, all right? And nothing sucks more than feeling like you wasted your time with someone after you break up with them, and after you disillusion with them, and then you actually get over here, get out of here, you fly. After you're over them, you feel like, oh wow, like, time wasted. So I want to help you guys open those eyes, all right, those beautiful eyes. And I'm kidding with you guys, all right. Also, if you guys need one-on-one coaching, go to the link below, mindfulattraction.org/any coaching. Live seminar, yo, it's almost free. All right, so go attend the seminar. It's gonna be live the 19th of August. It's gonna be on a Saturday, and we're gonna be going over a lot of spiritual aspects and also strategies of wars and how to apply to dating. All right, so it's gonna be dope as fuck. All right, so let's get started. Okay. I think I didn't put the link below, but you guys are gonna be able to see it when the video is over because we're doing it live. So the first sign is this: when you guys have different priorities, and that's important when it comes to relationship. Is that sometimes you guys are just in different points in life. It's not about the age most of the time, but excuse me, it's more about where you guys are in life and what you guys value. For example, you guys could be the same age, right? But the guy might be valuing being in a relationship. He might be valuing stability, but you might be valuing just having fun. So it's not gonna work out. And if he tries to make you commit, if he tries to make you get out of that phase through trying to convince you, using him as a prize, you're not. If he does manage to convince you, there's gonna be a back of you. There's gonna be another part of you that says, "Wow, but I still want to party. I still want to have fun." You see? So even if he does make it happen, it's not going to be right. You guys are just going to waste your time because you're not going to be committed to it. So that's the same thing, is that some guys just are at certain points in their lives. Some guys maybe want the validation from other women. They want to be pimps and whatnot. And there's nothing that you can do to try to convince them. They may like you, and so that's why they put up with your bullshit, with your attempt to change them. But that doesn't mean that you're going to change him. And so what's going to happen is that you're going to feel like he's wasting your time. No, boo-boo, you're wasting your time. Because what's happening is that you understand that he doesn't want a relationship, but somehow you still want to make it happen. Somehow you believe that you're attractive enough to make him change his mind. Let me tell you something. A woman is attractive enough to make her change our plans, but not our phases in life. I can change my plans because you're hot, but I can promise you, you're not going to change what I value and where I am in my life because you're hot. It's not going to happen. It's something that's internal, something that's inside of me, that's running, that you cannot control, and let alone I can't control as much as I want to. So how the hell do you think you're gonna control it? You see? And so what happens is that you're fighting against a wall, a very stubborn wall that's not gonna move, and you're gonna get frustrated. So when you guys have different priorities, yo, you gotta deal with that shit, man. If he doesn't want a relationship, you gotta let that go. You can't be forcing it. Because you're gonna lower your self-esteem by doing that, and you're gonna grow resentful because you waste your time. And what's gonna happen is that you're gonna have this thing what's called countertransference, where you're gonna attribute those emotions that you have for that one guy that frustrated you when you knew that he didn't want a relationship. because you were stubborn, and you're gonna attribute it to all guys, and then suddenly you're gonna have this negative energy that guys are gonna be repulsed by. See what I'm saying? That's what you gotta know. You gotta be able to let go. The most important skill in dating, like I always talk about, is being able to let go. The third sign is the second sign, when he doesn't change and he's always blaming you despite you trying to stay present. Yo, and this is a sad one, man, because I have clients, I work with a lot of clients that go through the situation where mind you, I got a lot of people who are married who want, what's funny is that people who are in relationships go for my one-on-one coaching, like my 30-minute coaching. For people who are married, go for my monthly coaching, like the coach in a pocket one, because it's more of an ongoing basis. That makes a lot of sense, right? So I get a lot of these situations that I don't tell people to dump their significant others, but when I see signs, I don't try to tell people because that's none of my business. I'm telling people you should do something like that drastic, because that's not in my place to do that. You know what I'm saying? They'll ask me to do that, but I don't feel comfortable doing that. But I will tell you this, is that when you notice that he always blaming you for the things that go wrong in his life, he always just happens to blame you. And when he asks you to do things, you'll do it, but he'll just try to find something to bitch or complain about. And you try to stay calm. You try to rationalize with him. You try to be like, okay, look, maybe I was wrong here, but can you at least admit that you're maybe wrong here? And he doesn't. Woo, man, I don't think Dr. Fuck can help you with that, boo-boo. Man, you got to be able to realize that there's a point that when you try to be rational with these kind of guys, there's a point that you're just hurting yourself. When you try to rationalize, when you try to be the one who tries to act like maybe it was my fault so that he can maybe like see that and say, you know what, let me see what I did wrong. And he doesn't do that. He doesn't admit when he's wrong. He doesn't admit when he possibly could have fucked up. Oh man, you gotta let that boy go in mind, because he's not gonna change. Those are just people who are just narcissistic. I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. And I haven't had a relationship with people like that, but I hang out with people like that. It's not good. It's toxic, makes you angry, makes you resentful. When you see them, you say to yourself, fuck you, asshole. Why can't you, in your mind, you're like, fuck you, asshole. How many times am I gonna have to be the one who's acting like the adult? Why you gotta act like such a kid? Why can't you just admit that you're once wrong? Just once tell me that you're wrong. And he doesn't do that. Get out of here, man. Get on that Airbnb, man, because it's not gonna happen. He's not gonna change. He's just not gonna change. Trust me, I've seen those guys. I know those guys. It's not gonna happen. You're the cause of his problems. You'll always be the cause of his problems. When someone doesn't want to admit they're wrong, that's an issue, man. That's an issue. When how can I break things off? I'm actually going to record that. Somebody's asking me that question. I like that question. That's an issue, man. And I see that a lot. Like, you try to be nice. You try to, you know what? Maybe he has a tough day, but somehow he doesn't want to accommodate you. He's the center of the universe. Get the fuck out of here, boy. You're wasting your time. You're not going to change him. Guys like that are just too fucking stubborn. It's pissing me off just talking about this, because I know people like that. I'm getting triggered right now. Trigger warning. Number 3, he hasn't gotten over his ex. That's the last one, right? When a guy hasn't gotten over his ex, you know what happens when he's having sex with you? You know who he's thinking about? He's thinking about her. You know what happens when he first met you? You know who he compared you to? He compared you to her. You know what happens when he sees a picture of his ex? He's thinking about her and him being together. Don't get a guy who's on the rebound. You know, when you notice that he's talking about his ex, you notice that he's talking about how he's been hurt, or that, you know, he had a tough breakup. Man, I don't know, man. Like, it may work out, but if the girl ex starts calling, he's busy now. If the ex starts calling him to hang out, talk things through, suddenly he may be more busier. Suddenly he starts buying nice cologne. Suddenly he goes to Express and gets a new outfit. Guys like that who are not over their exes, you will inevitably, there's a good chance it's not going to work out. Because what's happening is that he may like you, but he may be attributing his love for you to the pain that's being caused as a result of him losing his ex. So that what's happening is that it's not that he loves you, but he finds comfort in you. It could be some sort of love, but if he still loves his ex, he's still attached to her. It means you're the second option. It means that if she comes knocking on the door, he's going with her. Guys like that, man, it's just, if you notice that he's still not over his ex, man, don't force it, man. A lot of this has to do with you forcing the issue. A lot of this has to do with you being able to read the signs objectively and being able to make a conscious, educated, and rational decisions. That's not based on emotion, but based on facts. That's very difficult to do if you're consistently emotional. If you want the guy's validation, you won't be able to see the trees beneath the forest, something like that. Like I always say, you're gonna see the situation through a squinted gaze, the fog of emotions, because your emotions are gonna be distorting the way you perceive things. So with guys that are not over their exes, you gotta let that go. You gotta drop those motherfuckers, man. So the first sign is when you guys have different priorities and you guys are in a different point in life. The third thing is when he doesn't change, he's stubborn, narcissistic, he consistently blames you. The problem with those guys is that guys who blame you make you feel like shit. They make you feel like you're the one that's wrong. It lowers your self-esteem, your self-image. Not a good place to be. And the last one is he hasn't gotten over his ex. Good possibility to rebound. It's a good possibility that he consistently thinks about her when you guys are having sex, when you guys are sleeping, when you fucking promise you, when you guys were on the first date, he was thinking about her. I'm just telling you how it is, right? And the thing is that he cannot force it. It's just pain. Pain does this to people, man. When we feel pain, we try to find an alleviation through people, through stimulus, through drugs, through whatever means. And it's and if you go in expecting a relationship with that kind of guy, you might, it's all about happiness is a function of expectation. It's all about having proper expectations based on their circumstance. You got to weigh in the circumstance. The problem is that you can't weigh the circumstance the right way if you're emotional. The more emotional, and you can, and the level of emotionability that you have is based on the level of self-esteem that you have. The higher self-esteem you have, the more able you'll be able to manage your emotions. The lower your self-esteem, the harder it is to manage your emotions, and as a result, the more difficult it will be for you to have presence of mind to remain calm underneath the chaos, to remain calm whenever you need validation, to be able to observe your desire to find validation in other men and relax in it so that you don't act needy and you don't feed that emotional pattern or neediness, which becomes part of your personality. That's a long topic, motherfuckers, right? Anyways, that's it, man. Want to attend my seminar? Go to link below. Want one-on-one coaching? Go to link below. And that's it, man. I went a little too deep in that one. I'm pretty sure I'll have to call the cops. What the fuck is going on? I'm reading the comments. I'm like, what the hell is going on here, man? There's mayhem in the comment section, right? Let me see. Let me read the comments or else I'm about to bounce. Shoe, fly brother. What? Okay. How do you know if he's just bullshitting you? Well, I mean, that's a very complete. That question requires more than just that question. That didn't make any sense. Anyways, take care, ladies, and have a great day. Bye bye. All right. Have a good day. Yeah. Look. By the way, let me see. Look at that. See, so you guys can see how the room looks. It's a mess. The room that I'm in is a mess, man. Yeah. I'm looking at the video here because I can see the comment section. So I can really look at that. It's like Inception. Can you see through the screens and be able to see through the screen at the same time? It's like, oh my God, what's going on here, right? Inception. All right, ladies, have a good day. Bye-bye.